Welcome to today's collective reading. We're going to open with some sound cleansing here. That would be to the vibration of the third eye. And then the kyanite and selenite wand to align the energies and elevate them so that only the messages of the highest and greatest good may come through. All right. Let's see here. What does my collective need to know today? I have, what is on their minds? What is going on in the subconscious that's seeking to come to the surface, to their conscious awareness? What guidance does the divine have today? Ooh, the oracle. Immediately I have trust your intuition. Look into it though. Like it'll come to the surface and you're going to try to understand it. Try to logically break it down. But trust it. She has a very pensive look on her face. I'm really getting quite the impression from that look. Like she knows something, but she feels like a little bit eludes her. So in the receptive energy, we have the Nine of Cups and the Knight of Cups. Ooh, very, very emotional. Very heart space. So the Nine of Cups speaks to me of you're at the beginning, the first like hours of the day when the suns first come out and you can hear the world waking up and everybody slowly starting their day and all the new beginnings happening around you. You're really present in that moment. This moment has been co-created. And I'm saying that because we have a definite feminine receptive energy here, feminine form, and a definite masculine assertive energy here. This moment has been co-created. They possibly know that this moment's coming and that you're in this moment, even if you didn't know that it was coming. Oh boy. That's the... Okay, so we have the Ten of Pentacles, and this is the Tree of Life. So this is soul contract. And we had the Death card fall out here. So new beginning, rebirth, awakening, consciousness, knowledge of self. This is part of the contract, soul contract. Also, but the Ten of Pentacles, that's something that the individual, you both have been receptive to finding your way through all the challenges that lead to this Ten of Pentacles, and it's led to this awakening of self. And that's within both of you. That's not just one-sided, that's in both of you. Oh boy, why did I grab this deck? Interesting. Okay, this deck has something to say here. All right. What does this other energy want to speak to here? This more assertive energy. Okay, we have the King of Wands and the inverted. So tell me the King of Wands has he's done some work on himself. He's freed himself. He's no longer, he's allowed the truth to set him free. All right. That's cool. So he's been working on that. He's been working on the egoic aspect to his will and how it would bind him, how he would sabotage, how he would possibly, like, I get the feeling like he was very much into control of his environment to keep his heart safe. But now he recognizes that that very dynamic kept him bound and unawoken. So he's allowed this truth to come in. And I say allow because this is not, you know, major arcana. He's chosen to allow the sword of truth, the sword of Archangel Michael, to cut these ties. Effectively, though, this individual doesn't need to have a sword to cut the tie. They can easily free themselves. So the truth is more about the awakening, choosing to awaken so that they can realize that they don't have to hold on to these ropes around them. They can free themselves. They've been receptive to this. This is their inner dialogue here, their inner assertive side and their inner feminine side, through being open to inner assertive and inner receptive. Sorry. I mean, it's really all energy. It is. It's not about male, female. But they have freed themselves because they're wanting the solution. They prayed for it and it's come in. I mean, this is every night. They're visualizing, they're lighting a candle, they're taking time to will this into being. And it's caused this awakening because you both want this. Okay, so this is what's being highlighted on the receptive side. Okay, so what do we have for the challenge? The challenge. Okay, that's really what's coming through here. Because this is more about the receptive aspect, the receptive energy, the more feminine energy, typically. Higher self, typically. But, I mean, we had that inner assertive masculine aspect come through. This may be a mirrored situation because there is a bleeding over. So there may be very feminine energies being highlighted and the more masculine side of things. Oh, interesting. It's having me do this. Okay. I guess I really wanted that shuffled, huh? That may be a bit of their energy bleeding over into this. Yep. Okay, so we have the Knight of Wands and the upright and Ace of Wands and the inverted. All right, let's get the keyword synchronicities here because, yeah, this deck definitely does surprise me. I mean, Eight of Wands typically is rapid movement forward, communication, passionate. They are booking it. And this to me gives me like speed of light kind of vibes. I have a quote from Neil deGrasse Tyson talking about how if your car is traveling at the speed of light and you turn your headlights on, does the light from your headlights go faster than the speed of light? Because it's projected before you. This person, this spiritual aspect of things, they're breaking the laws of physics with this. Time travel. That's what I'm getting here. Time travel. Also, the TV show 24 Hours. Yeah, the fiction sitcom 24 Hours. Just this rapid trying to get everything done just so. Okay, meaning. Be focused and intense. Let nothing distract you from your goal. Ooh, that's powerful. The upright, intensity and drive. A figure races down the path using the bright energy trail to light their way. Ooh, that's interesting. It actually calls this individual a her. I told you the receptive side, the feminine side would come through. So she can run at top speed. Yeah, light speed. That's so cool. Okay. Ace of Wands. Ooh. This is the challenge is that even though you're doing this, you are feeling like there's a lack of energy. There's something hindering. And being that it's around your intuition, you are doing everything you can, but it is taxing on you. Like you're All right, let's dive deeper here. Let's dive deeper. All right, let's go to the next layer down here. It could be that even though this is something that's happening, you're still putting in that energy. You're still receptive to doing this. You're trusting that intuition that this is what you're supposed to do. 8 of Cups, you're moving towards that 9 of Cups. You're being led. You're looking to the universe. Oh boy, okay. So that one wanted to come out. Yeah, because you're doing everything you can to make sure that this is not a 10 of Swords in the upright. This is not the end. Because you're willing this new beginning into being, which Ace of Wands inverted, Ace of Wands upright. Okay. New beginning. Observing yourself as you master this, as you learn this. There can definitely be a more assertive aspect to you, observing you as you overcome these challenges, and they're learning from you. They're also guarding you, the abundance that you're accruing together. Like what you're doing right now is allowing them to be in the state of taking care of the abundance of the crop so that this can be realized. All right. Oh, that's right. Okay. I want to get those word synchronicities for you guys because, yeah. Oh, interesting. Interesting to have me do this. Okay. Long-term planning and dedicated persistence towards this manifestation. I wanted to read the Ace of Wands in the upright for you. Yeah. So you may be tired and you may feel like there's some hindrance to this intuition and where you're going. You're like running blindly at top speed because you're allowing the divine to create, like, make way for you. Because the divine is leading you towards what you're manifesting, which is that this is not over. And the 7 of Pentacles, they wanted me to read that, I guess. Long-term planning and dedicated persistence, the making way. Exactly. Okay. Beautiful. So this is what's going on in your, like, the mind, the subconscious aspect for the collective tuning in today. Okay. So what do we have going on in the emotional aspect? What is going on in the heart space, the emotional aspect for the collective? Some guidance from Source. Ooh. Divine. Ooh, the Rescuer. Ooh. This is a card that really highlights strength. And being that there is this exhaustion, this tiredness, this sense of hindrance to the intuition, the trusting the divine practically blindly to lead you through at top speed to where you are manifesting to be. 44 is, you know, it's 2 foundations that are mirroring one another. It's breaking to an 8, the infinity, the keeping the cycle going, not letting either side of the loop be incomplete, to have them continually re-meet in the middle. The Rescuer, she is possibly been carrying this poor little lamb, this little sheep for, she's worn, and she's looking up at the divine for, like, how am I going to get through this? How am I going to do this? Because she's carrying this, and this can be, you know, the innocence of another. It can be something even emotionally, like the space of what you feel is your future, like the future abundance. You feel that this is required for, like, food to be on the table, that this is something that cannot be left behind. However, it is a extra strain and burden as The background looks to be quite a bit like a desert. Quite a few of the images that I've encountered for the Chariot, they have a background of desert. Now, on planet Earth, we have the poles. Those are technically classified as desert because of the lack of rainfall. And then we have the Sahara Desert. And even those environments at one point were at different locations on the planet, and they weren't always deserts. Yet again, a highlight of transmutation. So we have Two of Cups and the King of Wands. Okay. Two of Cups it's definitely a lover's card. It's a lesser arcana. It's choice. It's choice. I find it really interesting. Oh, yes. There we go. Thank you, Source. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Divine. So this is, one girl is creating and the other is facilitating. The other is shaping. The other, one has the form, the other has like the carving. These are two different individuals that have both of their receptive sides communicating. There's a youthfulness, a wisdom in the younger self. Not necessarily are they, maidens. They're still on that cusp. So they have the wisdom of the inner child as well as the budding wisdom of the young adult. So these could both be men. They could both be masculines, but these are their inner receptive aspects co-creating this. And they're figuring out together what it will look like, move like, act like, feel like. This can also be two women with their feminine sides, and it could be the masculine and a feminine, a male and a female as well. You will know which side you resonate with as more yourself, as the one that provides the shape, the form, the clay, if you will, and the other, the tool to shape it. But there is a co-creation. And if you notice, if you look really closely at the card, she has this very strong connection to the divine. So this side is more connected to the divine. So this would be like the oracle, if you will, like in the Matrix. So she would be the oracle, and this would be the more earth, like the lower chakra side, the more masculine side, the more assertive side that would shape, form. Because this comes in, this connection to source comes in and creates the clay. And then this side, through their own connection to divinity, is able to co-create the shape. The receptive is, this is being channeled. Both of you are basically channeling this. The receptive aspects of you are channeling this. Yeah, it's not really about male, female. It's about the energy. So this side is more assertive and this side is the receptive. The receptive channels the form. The assertive shapes it. Okay, and you have the King of Wands, which is passionate, assertive energy. Okay, so this King of Wands energy, this assertive, passionate energy that has mastered the page, mastered the knight, now they're at the king, they're an aspect of the emperor. They're very, very aware of their role of shaping this. And they're really, really, really wanting what they're co-creating with you to be everything that you want it to be. Everything that you want it to be. And that is coming in through, this is This is the assertive aspect to the more assertive energy here in this part. This is their inner receptive side. That's a better way of putting it. And they are very tapped in with that light coming right into the throne. They are definitely being guided. So that is the means through which the shaping of the clay comes through. They have their own unique connection to source. So they're going to be just as surprised as you are at what it actually ends up being shaped as. Beautiful. There's definitely a very strong balancing of assertive and receptive energies on both sides in today's reading. Oh, we got the Two of Cups again. Oh my gosh. Oh boy. And then inverted Eight of Cups. Wow, they're really jumpy today. Okay. Ooh. All right, so we have the Ace of Wands here. Okay, so this is definitely the anxiety. There's an anxiety present here. There's a desire, an anticipation. There's a they really, really, really want what the two of you manifest and create with the divine to be everything that both of you desire and want and more. They want to have all of that the two of you seek, but also have it where the divine has added that extra of the divine within it, so that both sides of the Two of Cups here can experience the love of the divine within the connection between the two of you. Oh boy. Okay. I think I said that. Sometimes I feel that the English language is just a little restricting. But I try. Okay, so the challenge. 9 of Cups in the upright. Okay, that one hopped. So we're going to work with that. And the Page of Wands. Ooh, interesting. This may be where that comes in. Oh my gosh, it is. Okay, immediately. Okay. The 9th cup here. The 9th cup. 10th cup. 10th cup. 10th cup. 10th cup. 10th cup. You notice that there's this hole in this masculine forms shape right over the heart space. The challenge is for you in your assertive, both of you in your assertive energies, to be open and aware and connected to that which you seek to protect the most, so much to the point that you literally disconnect from it because you're protecting it. You don't want it to break. The challenge is to know that you are carrying your heart with you. Regardless, you're not willing to give up your heart. Your heart is the 10th cup. It is time to make the decision with your heart weighing in. So, wow, okay. Which will take care of this whole, like, I really, really want it to be amazing. It's time to engage the heart space in the decisions that are being made predominantly on the more assertive aspect side within yourself, so that it can be mirrored back to you. If you have been distancing yourself from a situation, a dynamic that pulls on your heart space, it's time to re-engage it. Because your emotions, your feelings, your heart space is needed to make the best decision possible for this co-creation. Okay, can we have another layer down here? Okay, we have the 8 of Swords, so there's a freeing of the self from this. That's the awakening, which we had in an earlier reading. Okay, receptive to making that offer of a physical nature, of learning, teaching, growing. Yet again, there's the lamb. So heart. Learning of the connection between the heart space and abundance in the physical reality. Oh, there's possibly a bit of resistance to the guidance coming through to do this, because this is divinely guided. Learning how to alchemize what's in the environment to bring about this very positive manifestation that just, you're both desiring to come in. You have to be open to it within yourself first before it can really reflect outward. Yeah. With that, it's the Seven of Swords inverted. You already know what you don't want to bring with you. It's just, are you sure it's time? Are you sure it's time? Are you positive it's time? Because the time travel aspect came through earlier. It's possible that whether you are aware of it on a conscious level or not, your higher self has been going through the timelines, doing everything that they can to make this possible. And if they act too soon or too late, exactly, like there's a bit of a, it may, like if I acted here, you know, in that timeline, it didn't go the way I wanted it to and the way we needed it to, but I've changed this, and this. This is like the level of, whew, and it's all being divinely guided, right? So the invitation in that moment would then be, the challenge in that moment would then be to trust the divine. When you're watching this, it's not by chance, it's not a coincidence, it's because I don't believe in coincidences. I believe in God incidences. Like I really thought that was kind of a cool word, but there's a reason you're watching it now. There's a reason it's coming through now. It's time. So in the physical, we have the Judge, which is why there's some resistance. There's some, are you sure? Because there's the expectation of Queen of Swords energy I'm getting off of this. There's this, it's possible in other timelines there has been, oh, you're going to be like that? Well, I don't want that. So you're going to need to change that to be in my energy, or, you know, like just very muchly not adapting, not being willing to move and flow with things. Because if you have gone through this experience and it's been trying and it's been heavy and it's been weighing on you, because change is hard, change is difficult, and most human beings do not enjoy it. However necessary it may be, because change is a constant and it is part of living, it is still something that on a major scale we will experience natural resistance to. So that is the concern, that you will be so resistant to change and accommodating the concept that this is another separate individual from you, that you will be unwilling to adapt, unwilling to bend, unwilling to compromise, to hear their side, and just reject, just cut them off. Your higher self is inviting you on the more receptive aspect of yourself. What are you open to? Are you really open to walking through this door, to this change? Even though, yeah, it might be a bit rocky at times. It might be a bit, you know, uncomfortable, emotional. Because through that door is your Empress self. Through this pathway of change, making this decision to leave this dark space where you're not happy, you're not satisfied, towards something that you don't fully understand, fully know every little detail. When you step through that, you step into your Empress energy. Because you're showing the way for others just by doing that. Even if you never encounter another person where you talk about this with, ever. Global consciousness. That information is available for everyone then. Even in that, that is like your core, basic, foundational soul mission in this life. Everything you do on top of that, this extra that you create with divine, with this other energy, is just for fun. It's just gravy. It's extra. It's a celebration of life. Walking through this threshold is yourself, your Empress energy. Wow, that was passionately strong. All right, do we have any extra layer down synchronicities for those that are watching here for the physical? This is very much the choices before you right now. And there's concern about how it will be received when you walk through that door. When you choose to, when you choose to embrace your Nine of Cups. What I'm getting right now is your Nine of Cups is in the air right now. The Four of Swords, the heart has been hurt. It has been wounded. And it's affected the foundation. But the little sparks of light along the string here, this is yet again a confirmation it's in the physical. It's red thread. Red is also protective. There's a healing of the heart, and that Nine of Cups is in the air. It's in the air. The Nine of Cups, the receptive side of you is leapt. Line up just a couple of heroes as to why that Nine of Cups is in the inverted, please. The Hermit is, there's been so much illusion. Yeah. This energy is this receptive energy is very receptive to this obstacle course. They're aware that it is unnecessary, yet they're done with it continuing as it is. They are looking for the exit. They have leapt. They are in the air. The question is, are you going to catch them? Because when you do, Major Arcana, and at the bottom of the deck, Major Arcana, the Sun, it's the completion of the cycle. And Temperance, balanced. Oh, and peeking underneath, the growing of the self-awareness. Okay, they just want me to like do this, okay. So it's balanced, divinely guided. You're connected with your guardians, your guides, your intuition, being that the thought space here was, can I trust this guidance? This is growing within the subconscious of the more assertive aspect to this. They are remembering who they are. They are remembering thus who the receptive energy is. To move towards calmer waters. And then you have the Empress here who is going through a bit of a change, and she is manifesting, moving out of the cold, protecting herself, no longer being stuck in this inner conundrum. Do I go left or do I go right? Opening for communication internally with herself to make space for this Emperor, this balanced Emperor, to come in to keep this all from going into a space where it is not coming back. This is all leading to what you both have wanted. What once was is not over. It may be in a different form. It may be a bit older. It may be a bit wiser. It may be slightly a little bit different because time has passed. Definitely a Six of Cups kind of feel. But it is here. And it is everything you've desired and more. Okay, so what do we have for the challenge here for the physical? What insight do we have over here? Okay. All right, so we have the Ace of Wands in the upright. Nice that that's switched on us, guys. That's cool. We've had the Ace of Wands 3 times. once inverted and inverted in the same spread, which I believe was the thought, the mind. And now we have the Knight of Spheres. So I'll just go over those keywords for you guys one more time. And I'm really interested to what they have to say about that Knight of Spheres, because I don't know about you, but that looks like Gaia is pregnant with a pentacle. And that knight is guarding it. And that's a rhino. And rhinos are incredibly stubborn. And this individual on the rhino's back is like, this is mine. This is mine. There's definitely a playful side to this. So inspiration, spark. Yeah, inspiration, spark. So the challenge is to own that this is what you've manifested. Ooh, to own it, to claim it. Ooh, yeah, to claim it. Okay, yeah, if this is your message, claim it in the comments below. Leave an emoji. You don't have to go into like great detail of, you know, this is my person and this is me. And, you know, you don't have to go into great detail if you feel really protective of that part of you. You can own it with emoji, like a thumbs up, a smiley face, a star, a heart, a coin, a magic wand. Okay. But yeah, it came out to claim it for sure. All right, upright, goal-driven, and reliable. This has been, yeah, standing your ground. The challenge is standing your ground. Walking through to this change, embracing this abundance, being receptive to this receptive, the ultimate receptive inheritance is what's on the other side here. The challenge is owning it and allowing yourself to be creative with it, to really anchor in that this is the direction you choose and you're not open to any deceptive energies that seek to distract you. And should they, you refocus. You recognize it right away and you refocus. As long as you are doing this, this judge is going to have your back. The verdict will land in your favor. And in this is a mirrored condition, which means if you're watching this, are you of love and light? Do you seek the truth? Are you hurtful, harmful to others just because? Do you seek to harm others, manipulate, control them? Are you a toxic individual? Is this how you move through your life? And if the answer to any of that is no, this is mirroring you. This is your reflection. So if you are not a toxic, cruel, mean, narcissistic individual, that's not present on this side. Okay? So this is definitely a healthy individual who has love and light within them as well. And just like you, they have their own challenges. They have their own ways of which others do not see them as clearly as you do. We'll put it that way. They feel misunderstood. But you see them in a way that no one else does. But they are not toxic, narcissistic, cruel. They don't have the intention to hurt or harm. They are protective. And they have to be creative in how they do that. There is a lot that went into standing their ground here and protecting that pentacle. Do we have another layer down here, guys? Ooh, the Chariot upright. That came through earlier. The flipping of it upright. So if you identified with the reading that I did for yesterday, your ability to continually take any energy that comes at you to stop you and flip it upright, they're capable of now too, because you did that. Because this side did that. And it's allowed for this new beginning, what everyone thought would never be, to be. And the Nine of Cups, you're the Nine of Cups. Oh, they're all just flipping out. And we have the Nine of Pentacles, the Knight of Spheres here. Okay, so they want me to read the inverted of that then. But there's two Knight of Spheres. We have a Knight of Spheres clarifying a Knight of Spheres, pretty much. Ooh, they're stubborn. They do have another word, which is misdirected, but that's like the negative side to it. That's they may be distracted, but they know they're distracted and they refocus. It's possible that they may just decide to put the blinders on. You're all they see. This side is all this side sees. And they're creative with helping themselves get there. But the Judge, it's possible that this side has judgments that are default. And it may bleed over onto this side. And this side becomes aware of it. And then there's the Judge in the middle. You're judging each other. And that happens in the reverse. Like, you have thoughts, feelings, and ideas. And that bleeds over to this side. And this side, you are aware of that. And then there's this Judge in the middle. Oh. All right. I want one more card for being in the middle here. One more oracle for what? Okay. All right. And it's all about the inner assertive voice that you listen to. If you're a woman who is watching this, a feminine who is watching this, say that this is a masculine energy, an assertive masculine energy, a male energy, anywhere within that. And this is a female receptive energy, a feminine, anywhere within that. They could be trying to communicate to you that they care about you, that they want to take care of you, that they want to protect you, that they want you to thus feel safe, that you're respected, that you're honored, that you're valued. Okay, all nice things, right? All good things. But what do you hear? What do you feel? How do you respond to those things? The intention may not actually make it through to you, depending on the voice that the masculine voices that you've had in your life. What have they said to you? How have they spoken to you? That is the template that the message, the information hits you, the filter that you have in place that's been given to you by the men in your life, the men that you've encountered, the way that men have been portrayed in your culture. That is the filter that their intentions go through. And that filter can make it so that their intentions are never actually received. What their heart is wanting doesn't make it through the filter, because these filters were not necessarily good to you. They weren't kind to you. They weren't understanding. And I'm speaking from this direction because I am a woman. I am not going to be able to talk about the male perspective as though I'm a male. I don't have that wisdom in my life. I have the wisdom of what the men in my life that I have been able to trust and have positive, enlightening philosophical conversations with, what they have shared with me of their perspective. But I do not know what it is to be male. I know what it is to be female. And some of the wisdom that I have been channeling here is because those conversations were meant to happen. To help the feminine side understand that the masculine on this side is not expressing through, you know, say Joe, like, I don't know, Joe. I don't know why I'm saying Joe. Through Joe's words that were said to you in a very critical way, repetitively for 3 or 4 years in your early teenage years when you dated. Maybe that individual wanted to do the same thing, but they really wanted to control you and isolate you. Maybe you had a narcissistic connection with somebody in your earlier years. I don't know why I'm saying Joe. The other one was Billy Joe Bob. Which, like, it's just like a very general, like John Smith or Jane Doe kind of a deal. So they may be expressing from a space that they just really want you to feel like you don't have to worry about anything. That you could just put your feet up and relax and be with them. Be receptive to their presence. Because they've provided that space, right? They've taken care of everything. Sorry about that. I made the camera move there. But because of this experience in your younger years with someone who was very toxic, you may not receive that. Now, you could definitely have done the shadow work. You could be aware of that. And you may, for, you know, a time be like, okay, well, this is how it hits me initially. I'm going to just sit with this for a moment and allow the truth to come through the illusion that this filter has cast. Because you know that this energy, this individual, is not that person. And this is something that you will be doing for each other. Because they may have masculine voices in their own history that have taught them what it is to be masculine. And it doesn't match their heart space. But it is still part of their filter. So this is what's going to be going back and forth. The judge is not to accept or reject. The judge is of the filter. That you both judge your filters, not each other. You're judging the filter. Thank you, Source. Thank you for bringing that through. It's just such a very succinct way to say it. But for whatever reason, they really wanted those synchronicities to come through. Everything that I say has meaning to someone at some point who watches this video. Okay, beautiful. Oh, and also the oracle tying the reading back together, the thought space, the intuition, is this really? She's contemplating the filter. Being receptive to contemplating the filter and passing judgment on the filter, not on the individual on either side, on the filter. And it's about the filter within you. You can only really work with your side of the road. They are going to be aware of your reactions, your thoughts, your emotions, but they are responsible for their side of the road. You are responsible for yours. This is what's in between, the judging of the filter within you. What comes through the filter when you know that this person is a mirror image of you, that they're good and kind, and their heart is huge, even though it's very well protected, and vice versa. You know that to be truth. So what's going on with your filter? That's where the judgment comes in. What's going on with your filter? And do you want to own it or do you want to change it? And if you think it needs to change, how? You have that power to work with your filter. Ooh, very, very assertive. Ooh. Beautifully healing readings these last couple of days. Just gorgeously healing. Gorgeously. Ooh. Maybe you guys really find one another to be just very appealing. And it begins on so many levels. It's not like it could be energetic. It could be your thoughts, your mind. And it can definitely be physical. You could be very attracted to one another. But if you're watching this reading, you are going to, it's not just about the physical. Okay. Oh, we had proud of yourself again come through. Oh, okay, that is too many. Nudge that there. I think I might do like a straight up shuffle. Sometimes think these stick to each other. I have small hands. Okay. Be real and relax. Proud of yourself. Be real and relax. Okay. Be proud of yourself. Last quarter moon in Taurus. Okay, you're going to move into this space of working with yourself, getting to know yourself more through them because of your work with the filters that you have. Being on your side, allowing them to do their side. Being real. Whenever this kind of, like we have Aquarius and Cancer, this is very emotion-based. This is focus and drive. Yet again, relaxing Cancer. This is more about the emotional. Definitely. Anticipation, anxiety. You can choose which side you empower. People are going to have their opinions. Let them have their opinions. You know your truth. And because you know that truth, accepting that, you know that truth. Be proud that you know the truth. Be grateful for that. Working with water can be a very big part of working with these emotions to help you reframe your anxiety into anticipation. If nothing more than just to have the concept that, you have approached the situation in the physical and you now know what side, the other side's on. I feel that this is definitely for a large majority of the collective, a situation where someone is perceiving themselves as coming towards you with a very loaded offer, but they don't necessarily have to have it be something where they basically end up opening with one sentence intention and it becoming a whole novel. It can just be the one sentence. That's fine. It's more about action than words. Actions speak louder than words. Showing up and saying, I like you, is scary. Showing up and saying, hey, how you been? It's been a while. Like, this is somebody that will know you better than anyone. This is your best friend. This is someone that you don't have to worry about everything you have to worry about with anyone else you've ever had intense feelings for. This is not that kind of person. So you can literally talk to one another like your old friends and it be fine. It's about your action, not necessarily your words. It's about your actions. I mean, it's come through, there's an energy here that is very, very stubborn, and that's known. You are both stubborn in your own way, but you are being placed in a position where you're being challenged to be receptive to being yourself. And when you have any kind of about it, exactly, take a breath and relax. And every time that you do this, it will build that reaffirmation that it will be okay when you are real, because it will be okay. Every single time you do this and it ends up being fine, it'll become something that's easier and easier and easier, to the point where it is second nature with this individual. You don't have to go through this, I feel like I'm moving a mountain and all I have is this tiny little shovel. It won't feel so impossible. It'll feel doable, comfortable. And at some point you'll look back and be like, man, I feel like, I made, like it could have been, why was I so scared? Why was I so scared? I wish I knew now I wish I knew then what I know now kind of a deal, right? All right. That'll be the reading for today. Thank you very much for tuning in. I am incredibly grateful to be a channel through which this reading could be co-created through. The divine within me honors the divine within you. Namaste.